Hi guys, welcome to another interesting episode of Head First Manufacturing. Today I'm gonna share detailed information about the paper industry in India, how this was started back in the 70s and 80s, and how things have shaped in the current scenario and what is the future. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Paper industry in India got a huge boom in the 1970s and 80s when there was huge demand in the media and the education sector, and most of the mills in India were using raw wood as the source of raw material. Back in time, very less was known about recycled paper as a source or agro waste as a source of raw material. But then, as the industry moved towards the 21st century, the government of India became more concerned about the environment, and as new laws were made to protect the environment, the industry also came into pressure and slowly and steadily moved more towards agro based as a raw material and recycled paper as a raw material. Now, as we stand in 2022, if you'll see, 77% of the total paper is manufactured using recycled paper, 7% is made using agro waste, and rest is made from the wood as the raw material. Now, if we talk about the change in production and technology used in the paper industry, the mills have seen tremendous change in the machines. Now every mill is equipped with modern machines, and if we talk about the initial days, there was hardly any attention to pre-washing of fibrous raw material. Now every mill focuses on pre-washing. It's a standard exercise. Spherical digesters have been replaced with continuous digesters, and ordinary bleaching exercise is replaced with highly efficient bleaching exercise which uses least amount of oxygen. In the early days, hardly any attention was given on chemical recovery. Whatever chemical was used for the manufacturing of paper, that went into waste and was very harmful for the environment. Also, it was not economically effective to treat that and maintain profitability in the mill. But later on, as new technologies came, chemical recovery treatment plant is a standard exercise in every paper mill, and it's part of the process, and it's also in line with the government policies. Now let's talk about manpower. Manpower is one of the primary component of paper industry. Every mill runs with the help of expert manpower. But the sad side of this thing is that manpower is not easily available. Most of the staff has to be hired and trained in-house. Also, there's a problem that this industry is not very attractive to the new age youth. But still, the mill heads are handling this pretty well, and all the exports are on time and everything is managed well. If we talk about resource utilization, currently the paper industry is doing pretty good. From the early days where around 320 kg of paper was produced from 1000 kg of raw material pulp, currently they are able to produce more than 450 kg of paper from the same 1000 kg of pulp. This is all because of new technologies, new machines, and new chemicals that are used in action. If we talk about the consumption of water, in the initial days, around 250 cubic meter of water was used to produce 1 ton of paper. Currently, the process has become so efficient that it consumes around 40 to 50 cubic meter of water for 1 ton of paper. And if we talk about the same for the mills that are running using recycled paper, the consumption is as low as 15 cubic meter. From 12 metric ton of steam required to produce 1 ton of paper, currently the industry only requires 6 metric ton of steam to produce the same 1 ton of paper. The paper industry is also saving a lot on electricity from the initial days where 1500 kilowatt hour electricity was required for 1 ton of paper. Now they only require 700 kilowatt hour electricity for the same. Overall, things are going in the right direction for the paper industry. Final quality. This is one area where the industry has seen huge improvement. In the early days, if we talk about output paper from the mills that were running on recycled paper and agro-based waste, those papers were considered to be of inferior quality because of low cleanliness as well as low strength. The brightness level for the paper was expected to be around 65% for reading and writing, and even as per the BIS guidelines it was 68%. Eventually, with the use of new age chemicals, efforts by the scientists and more processing technologies, the mills running on recycled paper and agro based waste are also able to produce paper which is at par with the paper that is produced from the raw wood. So this is phenomenal, and it sets the path for the more sustainable future for this industry. Future of paper industry. Paper industry has shown reasonably good growth over the last 2 to 3 decades, and present total production estimates vary between 21 million tons to 24 million tons as per different estimates. The packaging paper sector is contributing more than 60% to the total production, followed by cultural varieties of writing and printing paper, which contribute around 30%, and the balance is newsprint and other specialty paper like tissues. I am optimistic about the future prospects of the paper industry. Thank you.